All right, another looks lesson coming your way right now. And in this lesson, we're going to focus primarily on the RGB mixer to create the look that we want to create. Again, another great tool for creating unique looks inside of DaVinci Resolve. Now, we know what the process is, so you don't need me to go into it in great detail. As always, we have our two LUTs to start with, and what we're going to do is with our first node, let's head on over to the RGB mixer. Now, inside the RGB mixer, you'll notice we have the red, green, and blue outputs. You'll also notice at the bottom, we can get in, we can make things monochrome from here if we want. We can also get in and start swapping channels around as well. We're not actually going to do any of that. What we are going to do to get things rolling is I'm going to come in and we're just going to set our red's blue value to be somewhere up around 1. We'll put it about there. I'm going to do the same thing with our green output, or up around 1. And let's now take our green output. We're going to put that up at around 2, all the way up. And we're going to take our red value, and I'm just going to drag it down to about somewhere about 1 right there. Now you might be thinking, well, Kev, this really doesn't look any different than what we had before. But we're already on the way to creating this new look. What do I mean by that? Well, take a look at what's actually happening here. You'll notice that we do have a very slight color adjustment here happening. More noticeably over here, you'll notice that fan, very blue, becomes more of a turquoise color, and the background even goes from sort of a brownish color to a lot more yellow. Now, let's take this look one step further. I'm going to head on over to our primary wheels, our primary color wheels, and I'm just going to make a hue adjustment. Let's just grab the hue value of 50. I'm just going to drag it right down to about somewhere around 39 or 40. Now you might be thinking, wow, Kev, that looks awful. And it does. Well, we're not finished yet. What we're now going to do is we're just going to start pulling some of this look out of the shot until we get to the point where we're happy with the look that we have. When you work with creating a look, it can often be a good idea to start with something very extreme and slowly dial it back. It will fall nicely into its place on the range you have established on your image if the separation is good. Let me show you what I mean. We're going to head on over to our key section, and I'm going to come down to the key output. Now, if I take this key output and I put it at 0, you're going to notice that it essentially pulls everything that we've done off of this node. It just resets the node back to nothing. I'm going to put this back up at 1 and we'll just start dragging this value down. And you'll notice that when we get to somewhere around 60 to 55, this look is really going to fall into where we want it, right about there. And that, my friends, is a fantastic look that looks very different from what the base looks like with the LUT applied and a simple exposure adjustment made to it. You'll see. There we go. Versus this, two very different feels. This gives us one of those feels of almost a David Fincher movie. And the beauty part is, as we know, we can come to our look, right click, grab a still of it. Let's now just come back to my primary color wheels. We're going to reset everything here back to all clips. Let's just pick a different shot here to take a look at. I'm just going to come back, doesn't matter which one. Let's pick this one here. All I'm going to do is hover over the look and take a look. Looks fantastic. Let's pick one more here. I'm just going to zing all the way back, even to this shot here. We got a little bit more light in this shot, and you'll see, again, the look looks fantastic. Gives us the look of almost like a 7 or a Zodiac. And you'll see it was very, very simple to create, simply using our RGB mixer.